for Talk to Me Tuesday on November 28th, 2023. I was going to stand in front of the frame, but you can't really see what's on the frame anyway. But I do have a back and a quilt loaded there that I haven't started quilting yet. But my latest craziness, and another reason why there is fabric everywhere in here, is I went through all of my Project Linus quilt tops. Went through my bins to see where I had tops that were ready to quilt and hanging on the back of the door, and I came up with 14 unquilted quilt tops for Project Linus. 10 of them are mine, the majority of which I pieced at either 2022's BFF Retreat or 2021's BFF Retreat. And 2 came from Jennifer O, and 2 came from Sarah in Houston. My goal for the rest of this year is to get all of them quilted, even if they're not finished and ready to donate. I want to get them all quilted so that going into next year, I have a clean slate, and anything I piece will be new for 2024. I dug through all of the Project Linus fabric and some of my own fabric, but first I went through all my Project Linus fabric and I dug out fabric I thought was big enough to be backs, or fabric that I had specifically grabbed from a donation to be a back. And that's where I hit a snag, because you may have noticed, if you've watched my videos for a while, that I can have a really hard time making decisions. And when it comes to fabric, it's not any easier. But I did manage to get backs pieced and paired with 1, 2, 3 quilts over here, I think. 1, 2, yes. 3 quilts are hanging up here that already have backs pieced, and those are ready to go. So I ended up managing to get one of the ones that Jennifer had sent me, and 2 that I had pieced myself, paired with backs. And then this one from Sarah in Houston, I have a back pieced for it, and I even have the binding picked. I haven't cut the binding yet. So that is 4. Plus that one there is 5. That leaves me 9 that I still have to put with backs. And I came across a whole lot of this. Disturbing cat fabric, and that is going to go on as many of them as I can. And then this panel fabric, I have, it's about 1.25 yards wide by with the fabric of this, and I thought that might make a good back, so I just haven't found the right quilt to pair it with yet. Anyway, so I've been going through all of that, fabric everywhere, but so the project room is a bit of a mess, but it's a good kind of mess, because I know what I'm doing. I just have to now get to the point where I'm actually doing the piecing and sewing them together. I am a little bit tempted. I have 1 yard of this, which I have had for years. In fact, I sent it to Jennifer O for her to use in a quilt for her eldest, like in the back. And I think she used one of the prints, but not this one. Or maybe she used part of the yardage. I don't know. And she ended up giving me the rest back. So I have this that I bought at a Japanese festival from a booth there probably 10 plus years ago. Time to go. So I'm really tempted to piece this other piece with it. Let me grab that. Someone donated this to Project Linus, and because it's also got a black background, I'm really tempted to sneak this in the middle of that. It's the old guys from the Muppet Show that sit up in the balcony. Sort of an Easter egg in the back of the quilt. So I'm thinking that's going to happen, and that will make this whatever size it needs to be. That's what I'm doing. I did actually get several, 3 or 4, basically blanket backs for the creature comforts, serged out of those remnants that I was showing you last week, and I will insert a photo of the ones that I actually got pieced at the end of the video. Anyway, that's me. Had a really low-key Thanksgiving. I hope everybody else had a good holiday weekend if you celebrate. And I had a 4-day weekend and it was fantastic. Which is why I actually got some stuff done after 2 days of like total laziness. I managed to actually muster the energy to get in here and start cleaning up and focusing on that idea of getting everything out of here. So that's what's going on here. I hope you're all well. I hope you all have time to be crafty this week. And I will see you next week. Bye!